A well-organized challenger was on the agenda this week. However, the journey there was stressful. Before that, a brief review of last week's future in Koszalin, Poland. Slava Belinsky and Sebastian Sorga played each other in the semifinals and Slava won in two sets. Sebastian was unable to maintain the level of the matches until the semifinals, and Slava was able to take advantage of this. Of course, we hoped that Slava would be also able to beat Poland's Juszczak in the final. And he succeeded, winning 7-6, 6-2. So Slava has won 3 of the last 4 futures and all matches in 2 sets. A strong performance. Congratulations also to my partner Ivan Galic. The work with Slava works very well. Thanks to a wildcard, Slava was also with us at the tournament this week. More on that later. Now back to our journey. As mentioned in one of my previous videos, the hustle and bustle at the airports is already very high due to the large number of passengers. With some stress, Mate Dodik and I were able to complete the Vienna-Frankfurt-Poznan route, but our luggage got stuck in Frankfurt. After some delay, we finally had all our bags in Poznan the next day, and Mate was able to start into the qualification. The Challenger in Poznan is played at the Olympia Park Tennis Club, a really very nice club. As the name suggests, it is surrounded by greenery and combines tradition with modernity. A beer garden-style restaurant provides a quiet retreat when there aren't too many people around. A VIP area with a view over the center court welcomes the sponsors and financial supporters of this tournament. The matches were again played on 3 courts, with 2 courts available for practice. A gym with a view over the courts was also available and provided variety, as it was easy to watch the matches. The players' area was also surrounded by greenery. Good coffee was available, as well as fruits and sandwiches. Of course, there was also a TV for the European Football Championship. All in all, it was a very well organized tournament and the spectators were very interested. The only thing that needs to be improved is the quality of the courts. There were many bad bounces, even on the match courts. There were 3 hotels for the players. Unfortunately, our hotel was a little outside the city and just under 30 minutes away by car, which was not great. Otherwise, the hotel was certainly okay. With Slava Dossetel, I also saw a player from my time once again. He's now coaching the young Czech Barton. The qualification was hard work for Mate Dodik, but he played his way into the main draw. Both matches in the qualification went over 3 sets and were very close and certainly cost a lot of energy. Mate had to fight his way through these matches with toughness and morale, and it was gratifying that he was rewarded for this. There is still a lot of potential in terms of play, tactics and variations, so it's all the more pleasing that he has already had some success at this level this year. In the first round of the main draw, he then faced Sachko from Ukraine. Mate had his chances in this match, but made too many mistakes at crucial moments, and his opponent got better and better as the match progressed. The result was a defeat in 2 tight sets. Slava Belinsky played against Poland's Majczak in the first round. Majczak won the challenger in Bratislava last week, so he's certainly not lacking in confidence. Slava started the match nervously, but got into the match after the first few games. After losing the first set 3-6, Slava got off to a good start in the second set. He was unable to convert a 3-love lead with a ball to 4-love and was then punished by his opponent. Overall, Slava was too passive in this match and he still needs to work on his serve and return. The 3-6 and 4-6 defeat has to be accepted. Next time he will have to implement these things better. A familiar face is making his comeback to the international tournament scene this week. Pablo Carreno Busta is certainly not yet in the shape he was in, but he is working on getting back to the top. The way to the top is a challenge for everyone, even if you've been there before. We'll see how he manages this path. Mate Dodig and I went back to Vienna. It was time to work on the most important things that came to the surface during the tournaments. There's also something to do in the fitness area, so we made the most of this time. Yuri Rodionov met Goffin on grass in Ilkley in the first round. Overall, his performance was better than the week before, but it wasn't enough to win. Yuri will now spend the remaining days preparing for the Wimbledon qualification. The training sessions with Mate Dodig in Vienna went well. Unfortunately, the return trip from Poznan was again not the best. Delay, just managed to catch the onward flight in Frankfurt, but again no bags at the destination. German reliability. Sebastian Sorga was playing another future in Poland this week. The first rounds were quite difficult. In the first match he was even a set and 3-love down, and he was still able to turn it around. In the quarterfinals he finally lost in 2 sets. There were some good matches on this trip, but on the other hand there are, of course, still a few problems. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you again next week.